Hey guys, so in accordance to trying to up my video quality and all of that jazz, I am trying to film a new type of video, something that I've been thinking about doing and I was actually going to do off camera, but I figured you guys might enjoy it, so I wanted to film it. Please let me know once again, quality. I think it looks really good lighting from my window. I don't even have my ring light on. I purely just have natural lighting. And then hopefully my voice quality isn't too loud. I'm pretty close to the actual mic, so who knows. But yeah. If you're wondering what's on my nails, because you guys can actually see my nails right now, it is a Glisten and Glow Mountain Dew Mocktail. It was from Polish Pickup, so unfortunately you guys cannot pick it up, but they do have other shades in this range if you go to the Glisten and Glow website. So just to put that out there, we're just gonna move the focus just a little bit. And so the whole concept of this video is that I love to do Frankenstein palettes. I think it's fun, and if you have palettes where you may like to switch around, I always think you should. And with a majority of these palettes that I'm going to be doing today, they actually are magnetic, meaning that you can actually open up the palette. Let me actually do it this way. You can actually open up the palette, and when you go to take a particular shade out, it will come out seamlessly because it's low-key meant to come out. So you're not going to have any problems at all. You just have to find that gap. Oops. And then once you find that gap, you just got to get enough hang time and you're good to go. So basically what I'm going to do is just kind of create my own perfect palettes. It's going to get messy. It's fine. This blanket thing is purely for YouTube and my photos, so it's perfectly fine. But what I'm going to do is take each shade out of both of these palettes and just play around, just see what I can come up with color scheme wise and see if there's anything that I may be more attracted to. I really enjoyed the mattes and the metallics in this palette, and there are certain mattes that I like. I really don't like this metallic here, so what I might try and do is kind of make a favorite palette here and then kind of just put the leftovers up there. So we'll see, because I've done that before and given it to my friends and they've liked it, so you know, you only live once. So let me take these out and then we'll see what I come up with. Alrighty, so now you guys can see all of the shades without any particular funniness. I'm actually gonna put, I'm gonna put my ring light on because it looks like I'm losing a little bit of the sun, and I want to make sure you guys can see all of the shades. Okay, so these are all of the shades that are out of the 420 Melt Cosmetics palette and the Smoke Session palette. I kept them in the order and in the configurations that they are in the palette, and like I said, this palette right here, I love every last shade. This palette here, you know, you could take some and you can leave some, you know, so I'm just gonna kind of play around for a little bit and see what color schemes I can come up with that I think would be really cool. So this is the color scheme that I've kind of come up with. and I really like this color scheme down here. This is going to kind of be my extra palette, and this is going to be the one that's going to go in the 420. I actually prefer this packaging, so we're just going to throw these in here. No rhyme or reason. Okay, so there's no rhyme or reason for that one, and let me just complete this one and then I'll show you guys where everything is. Alrighty, so these are the two palettes that I ended up with. I actually really like this one up here, and I like this one as well. Definitely there are some shades that I like more than others. I hate this shade. I hate it so much. If I could somehow get rid of that shade, I would, but then I'd be out of a color. So we're gonna keep all the shades like this, and if your girl is on her editing game, what I'm gonna do is show you guys how they looked originally right now, and then also show you guys how they're looking now. I really like them. I think it's cool, I think it's unique, and it's also giving me another color scheme with something that I already spent my money on, so no money being spent here, and now I can play with these palettes and have some fun. So really excited about that. The next set of palettes I want to go ahead and play with are my two Natasha Denona 65 pan palettes. Now these are her miniature 24 pan palettes. I only have two. I believe to date she has somewhere near 5, I believe. These are the only two that have really caught my attention enough to spend the money on them, and I really do like them. I like them for different reasons, and I like all of the shades in both of them, but I think it might be fun to kind of mix these around. So I'm just going to do exactly what I did with the melt palettes. I'm going to poke out all of the shades, and then we're going to see what I can come up with kind of mixing some of these shades together. So I will be, well, no, I'm gonna speed this up right meow. So up top is the Love palette, on the bottom is the Bronze palette. I think both of these palettes are very pretty, but I thought it'd be kind of fun to just mix and mingle these two palettes together. So give me a second, let's see what I come up with, and yeah, let's see what I come up with. Alrighty, and so this makes perfect sense to me. You see I've put a majority of the mattes actually up here and a bunch of the shimmers down here. This is gonna probably be the palette that I reach for most. I really love the color scheme. You get some browns, but you also get some really pretty pinks and purples and this beautiful red. And I love that there's more mattes than there are shimmers, and that's kind of been my problem with Natasha Denona palettes. There are a lot more shimmers than mattes, and I prefer a lot of mattes. So I am just going to divvy these out. I'm probably going to put these in the Love palette and then these in the Bronze palette. And then I'll show you guys the finished looks. These are the finished palettes. I really like how this palette came out. And I actually kind of like how this one came out too. Even though there are a lot more shimmers in this one than this one, I still like them both for different reasons. And I think I'll still be able to get some really interesting looks using both of these. And I'm happy. So these are done. Oh, and right now on the screen, we're going to show you guys, of course, the old ones. And now I'm going to show you guys these new ones. Alrighty. I was going to do another brand after this, but I think I'm going to just stick with these three because they're all magnetized. The other one isn't magnetized. And honestly, I just don't feel like dealing with that pain right now, especially like with my allergies. So I have 4 palettes from Menagerie Cosmetics. This one was when they were Makeup Monsters. The other 3 have been since they were Menagerie. I enjoy all of them for various reasons. And so I'm going to do my best to show you guys the actual color schemes if I can. Alrighty, so these are all of the shades that I have from Menagerie. What I'm going to do is depot all of these from their individual cases and then kind of create my own little situation. So I will be fast forwarding through this part once again. Alrighty, so these are all 4 of the palettes that I have outside of their packaging. Only one reel was damaged. This one was already damaged. I think I had just dropped that one too many times. I'm just gonna fake pat this in. Hopefully that'll take care of both of those, at least for, you know, the foreseeable future. Maybe in the future they'll start puffing up again, but these are really interesting. It's very interesting the colors that I actually have. I have very few neutral from the brand, and I have a lot of cooler tones. I don't really have any warm tones except for in this palette really, and a couple in here. So it'll be interesting to see what I come up with, and let's just go for it. y'all, I don't know when it stopped recording. I really hoped it stopped recording at least in the middle of me configuring these shadows, but these are kind of the configurations that I came up with. I actually really like all of these palettes. I think they're all interesting and unique. I will say, if I get another palette from this brand, I definitely want it to be more warm toned. I was considering getting their more neutral warm toned palette. I just never pulled the trigger. But for me, I definitely think that like I have a lot of cooler tones from them, and pulling these palettes or pulling these shadows out of the palettes, I really can see that. I really don't have very many warm tones that aren't greens, blues, and purples, but I still like the palettes regardless, so I'm just gonna put them in their respective new housing, and we're gonna go from there. These are the new color schemes for my Menagerie Cosmetics palettes, and I enjoy all of these. I'm actually very, very excited to use these palettes again, and it's been a while since I've used these palettes. So this is kind of the video. I just wanted to have some fun rearranging some of my palettes. What I will do, hopefully soon, cross your fingers and mine, fingers and toes, is that I will be doing videos, maybe, or tutorials or something showcasing all of my now rearranged palettes. But that's all I got for you guys today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and as always, y'all, check out down below. I always have some information that I think is super, super important that I think you guys may or may not enjoy. If you enjoy this type of video, any other videos, if you like my personality, all of those things, if you like the color schemes and you are looking forward to seeing some tutorials, then I would highly recommend that you subscribe, and I would love it if you guys give this video a thumbs up. That being said, I have nothing else for you guys. I have nothing else to say for you guys, and I will see you guys in my next video, which hopefully will be in just a couple of days. Bye, guys.